Your firm has grown and developed at a time of huge change for the Turkish economy. How would you gauge the strength of the Turkish economy right now?
I think Turkey had its own crisis back in 2000 and 2001, and we have learned a lot of things from that crisis, and we have developed certain measures against further crisis which used this time. And as a result, the global crisis, didn't hit Turkey that much. So this is one important component. The second thing is that the Turkish business people have learned a lot of things from the crisis, and on top of it, they have changed their mindset in terms of how to manage their companies. Now they are more aware of the fact that they have to manage the company in a better way, in a proper way, so that the results of the company, the benefits of the company will be higher than before. Back in the 90s, it was not easy to conduct a proper due diligence, even on listed companies in Turkey, in terms of bookkeeping, in terms of legal documentation, in terms of even board resolutions. But nowadays, if you look at even at the mid-sized companies, they have proper bookkeeping, they have proper board resolutions. Sometimes, of course, there are certain exceptions, but it is easy to handle since the mindset is changed since the 90s. And this is why I really do trust in the future of the Turkish economy.
A lot of your business relates to M&A. What's your approach to that area?
The most important thing is the level of the quality delivered to the client. And of course, we lawyers are very closely linked to the economy. If the economy is developing in the positive direction, then we lawyers have more things to do. If the companies have proper bookkeeping and proper documentation, they can be a part of the transaction of an M&A transaction much easier. And of course, that makes the life for us easier too. So as a result, the more Turkish economy is developing, the more the mindset of the business people, the mindset of the professional managers is changed in the positive way. Our approach will be affected in the positive way too. Nowadays, we have more private equity investors rather than the strategic investors. As far as I understand, the reason behind that is the following. The private equity funds have to invest money. And for that purpose, they need secure countries and secure companies to invest in. And as a result of the global crisis, Turkey is a good target for investing. And this is why we have more private equity transactions than the strategic transactions.
How resilient is the commercial real estate sector in Turkey, and what kind of deals are you seeing?
It has a very interesting history. So I used to be an assistant professor in the law school before I started the firm. And I was teaching law of contracts and law of real estate. And due to this historic reason, we decided to work on real estate projects too. For real estate, we work for international retail chains such as Metro from Germany, such as Carrefour from France, and other institutional investors.
So you're a primarily Turkish law firm, but what other territories are you targeting?
In terms of targets, we are active in Central Asia too, since some investors consider Turkey as a hub for their investors in Central Asian region due to historic reasons. They are Turks, and in many countries, we can understand their language without any translation. And for many investors, it's a good idea to use a Turkish team for their expansions in Central Asian region. And this is why we have worked on some Central Asian transactions too.
What's your advice for anyone who wants to do business in Turkey? Where are the hotspots?
Healthcare is at the moment, on these days, very active. So there have been 3 major private equity investments in the health sector until now, and there are some others ongoing. manufacturing will be more and more important. Some strategic investors such as Renault and Fiat are investing in Turkey, or Hyundai, in automotive sectors. And in OEM, we are expecting in automotive sectors again some major investments. But we do expect more private equity investments in Turkey in different sectors. And as a result, we expect more initial public offerings, IPOs, within 3 years from now, because the private equity funds do have to exit from their investments. So in private equity world, they say takeoff is not mandatory, but landing is. So they have to exit at some point through a strategic sale, through a public offering. But we do expect more public offering in Turkey, and the regulation in the capital markets is getting more and more detailed and more sophisticated, which makes the international investors more confident for investing in the Turkish capital markets. So we do expect this development, and as a result, we take the necessary position as a law firm too.